and welcome. This is your Saturday News at Noon. I'm your host, Keith Lander, coming to you from the Tabernacle Baptist Church right here in Dayton, Ohio. Well, thank you for all your thumbs up and all your acknowledgement that you watched the show. Hey, share the show out. That's what we try to do here. We try to part with accurate information you can use for yourself and for your family and your community. And so if you like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We come on, twice a month, every other Saturday. So I don't want you to miss the show because you may miss something that you can really use. So I appreciate all the comments. Thank you. Keep those coming. And I look forward to seeing the comments on this show also. Let me lead with a public service announcement. As you know, we're voting now right here in Montgomery County and City of Dayton. There's a lot of issues on the ballot, but take note of issue 1. What is issue 1? Issue 1 is the Montgomery County Human Services Levy. And this levy helps so many people, and it protects so many people, that issue 1 is on the ballot again for your support. Now, what does issue 1 do? Issue 1 protects children from neglect and abuse. It also delivers health care and meal deliveries for frail and elderly residents. It also provides suicide prevention and mental health services for teens and adults. It also has crisis care, treatment, prevention for drug abuse, drug addiction issues, and it does so much more. At this time, we really need your support for the Human Service Levies. So once you go to the polls, be sure to look up issue 1 and check that box, yes. All right, because it does so much more and it's needed. And it will not raise your taxes. I'll repeat, it will not raise your taxes. So vote for issue 1. We keep these programs going and many more programs like this that covers issue 1. Vote issue 1, Montgomery County Human Service Levy, because it's a plus. It benefits so many in our community. And I'll say it one more time, it will not raise your taxes. Okay, so we're moving on to the next part of the show. The next part of the show, we do have our scam alert. Now this time our scam alert, it has to deal with a website which I came across. The website is called Scam Spotters Home. And on this website, that's scam, S-P-O-T-T-E-R, and then home, H-O-M-E. Now, I would like for you to go to the website, go to the upper right-hand corner of the page, and click on quiz. Now, it gives you 5 questions to answer to see how good you are at detecting a scam. Now, I took the quiz. I tell you, I got 4 out of 5 right, which they said it was pretty good. So when you take that quiz, it's only 5 questions. They're real short questions that don't take you long, no less than 2 minutes, or you can read faster than that. And let me know how you do. You may outdo me. You may get all 5 of them right. You know what I mean? I got 4 out of 5, so I'll come clean. It's Scam Spotter Home. And take that quiz and let me know how you do. As a matter of fact, you may want to challenge your friends and see if they get all 5 right or get 4 right, or hopefully nobody gets them all wrong. So let's take that quiz and let me know how you do. Okay, so we're moving on. The City of Dayton has offered COVID vaccinations for its residents. Now, the Dayton Fire Department is offering COVID vaccinations for city residents in their own homes. The department community paramedicine team will provide first and second dose for any city residents and can provide booster doses as needed for those eligible according to the press release. And this came out of the Dayton Daily News, by the way. And so this is a free service. It's offered between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Now, to schedule an appointment, you need to call 937-333-4535. I'll repeat that number again. It's 937-333-4535. And you can set yourself up an appointment to have the Dayton Fire Department come and give you an in-home COVID vaccination, first and second dose. But you have to schedule that appointment, and the scheduling hours are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Friday. And this is a community program which was a partnership with Premier Health and the Dayton Fire Department. So I like to thank Premier Health and the Dayton Fire Department for offering that service. I think it's a much needed service, and because I know people have difficulty getting around, and this will, lend to that obstacle. They'll come right to your house and get their first dose, second dose, even a booster dose if you need that too. So call that number and get them scheduled. Pass that information around also. Wright State installs plaza in honor of black fraternities and sororities. Wright State University unveiled a new plaza on its campus to honor black fraternities and sororities. So the feature has a concrete circles with gold medallions of each historical black fraternity and sorority, which are often called the Divine Nine. So I like to applaud Wright State for implementing this piece of artwork. And if you want to see it, you can take a look down, go down to Wright State, and it's located, it's near the Turning Point sculpture outside of the University Hall. So if you find the University Hall, you'll see the Turning Point sculpture, and then you'll see the piece on the honoring the black sororities and fraternities, or the Divine Nine, as they call it. And there's 9 fraternities and sororities. So you know what that is. I had Jackie Shine on the show, and they both talked about the Divine Nine. So Wright State is honoring the Divine Nine. So appreciate that, Wright State. Also in Dayton, out of the Dayton Daily News, Dayton changed plans will pay for COVID tests for unvaccinated workers, the unions say. The city of Dayton has reversed course and now plans to pay for weekly COVID-19 testing for vaccinated employees, for unvaccinated employees, according to the president of the city's largest union. And that president is Ann Sulfridge, president of ASME union, Local 101. She is the local president. And it said Dayton officials originally said city employees who were not vaccinated by September the 20th would have to undergo weekly coronavirus testing and use their own time and their own money. But that's been reversed. According to Ann Sulfridge, who is the president of the union, ASME Union, Local 101, it's been reversed, and now the city will pick up that money. So the union folks and city employees won't have to come out of pocket for that COVID testing, and that is a good thing. And I applaud the union for getting involved and sitting down with the city officials and negotiating that piece of policy. And so that's how it works, folks. We all work together. We can work together to bring something or make it better. That's how we do it. You know what I mean? Because hollering and screaming at each other from a side on each side of the table gets us nowhere. But if you come down and want to have a rational discussion, there can be some good solutions, and everybody can benefit from it. That's the way to work. Okay. Now remember, I talked about the way the migrants from Haiti, when they were here at the border down in Texas, trying to get in, and the way they was treated. Well, it says, this is from the AP. Top U.S. official apologizes in Haiti for the migrant treatment. He says it was wrong. Now, this is out of Port-au-Prince. And a top U.S. official on Friday apologized how Haitian migrants were treated along the U.S.-Mexican border, saying it's not how border officials or the Department of Homeland Security behave. The comments came from Juan Gonzalez, the U.S. National Security Council Senior Director for the Western Hemisphere, and they came during a 2-day official visit to Haiti to talk to its leaders about migration and other issues. So, I told you that was wrong. It was real wrong, the way they treated those Haitian migrants, especially those border officials on their horse and this kind of thing, beating them down and pushing them all back in the water. Really wrong. And those people should be dealt with. We'll see. But the U.S. did give an apology to the Haitian people about how they were treated, you know. And also, Gonzalez went on to say, the future of Haiti depends on its own people. He said, the United States is committed to working with the people of Haiti to support as their work begins for prosperity and security back in their country. So the U.S. is pledging or promising their support. Now here's the issue that that's been, I don't think it's an issue, but a lot of people think it's an issue. It says from a couple of folks in politics, they run around saying Joe Biden's attorney general wants the FBI to go after parents speaking out at school board meetings to protect kids from radical curriculum like critical race theory. And these people are down there hollering and screaming and acting fool out of themselves at these school board meetings, threatening the school board, threatening anyone who has to make the decision about either putting a mask on a kid to try to keep them safe. What the DOJ did and what the FBI did, the National School Board Association asked the Biden administration for help with threats, and the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland fired off a Justice Department memo to focus on the issue. Now, Republican Rick Scott, he the one who said that, you know, they're trying to protect kids from radical critical race theory. Here we go again, critical race theory. I'll say it and I'll say it again. Critical race theory is not taught in the school system that these people are speaking of. And about the mask and about these people protesting, the FBI and Department of Justice did not say that they were going to try to silence people from protesting, people from speaking out. You can speak out. You can speak out all you want. You can holler, you can scream, but you can't disrupt an official public meeting. And you can't threaten elected officials. And the threats are even, I've seen one individual, the official was in his car, the parents had surrounded the car, hollering at the official, talking about, we're going to get you, we're going to find out where you live at. And you can see all this stuff. I mean, there's video clips of it. I mean, we'll show maybe one or two. I'm assuming we have that footage. But you see it. It's clear as day they're threatening the school board officials, elected officials. They're threatening them with bodily harm, right? And so a threat is a crime, right? And so if a crime is committed, then of course it should be investigated. Nobody's saying you can't come down and protest. You can come down and protest all day long. But when these people mischaracterize what the Department of Justice and the FBI and the association from the school board wanted, they wanted to make sure that they keep these people safe, and you have to investigate those threats, all right? So the next time you see one of these talking heads or one of these politicians say that Biden administration don't want these people, don't want the anti-vaxxers, don't want the people coming out to the school board protesting. Yeah, they do. What they don't want is the fact that when you threaten.
You with that diaper on your face, if he farted right now, could you smell it? That's how stupid this is. We're all playing games here with people's lives, and I'm sick of it. I represent all these hardworking guys that couldn't be here today to take off work to put up with this BS that you guys are putting down. And there's hell coming. There's hell coming, and I'm not doing it to threaten anybody. But there's a lot of good guys out there ready to do bad things soon. Watch what's coming. These mandates are against the Nuremberg codes. The first one states voluntary informed consent. Are you a Nazi? What is it? You're gonna they sent my dad off to Vietnam and fight for the country, but you're going to tell him to wear a mask?
Sir,
I appreciate the fact that I can't control myself. There's a lot of other guys that can't control themselves.
Talk to me.
That's why they're not here right now.
Narrow somebody.
I have nothing else to say. Do what's right.
These individuals threaten to find them, threaten to do bodily harm to them. That is what they don't want, and that should be investigated. And the people who complaining, they need to have that investigated also. Why wouldn't you investigate someone who's threatening people with bodily harm, threatening their family? Those people should be investigated. Because I guarantee you, as soon as one of these individuals who talking about, oh, these people, they're only down there voicing their opinion, as soon as they start threatening them, then they'll want some investigation done. They'll want some protection done. You see, because most of these politicians, they have protection. So even if somebody threatens them, guess what? The FBI is notified, and those threats are being followed up. I can't threaten a politician and then walk away from it and say, hey, it's freedom of speech. That's my No, I'm going to be investigated, all right? And so if these parents and these people going out to these school board meetings threatening folks, please stop that. You look bad to your kids. You know, you down there threatening the school board, threatening to beat up the school board meeting because the school board is trying to protect your kid from a deadly virus. And you saying, I want my kid to be subject and possibly exposed to a deadly virus, and you want to beat up the school board for it. How you look in front of your kids? Because the kids do what they see the adults do. And so if you're an adult and you can't effectively communicate your protest without threatening somebody, you got a juvenile mind. That's what young kids do. Grown folks don't do that. Grown folks think rational. Grown folks put their concerns out without threatening people. And so all these talking heads talking about, oh, they don't want these people to come down and protest. Oh, shut up. You know that ain't right. And to be in a leadership position and do that is irresponsible and it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. We've seen that over the last 4 years. We've seen the end results of that when they stormed the Capitol, threatening to hang Mike Pence, trying to find Nancy Pelosi, had the Congress hemmed up, ducking behind doors and stuff, right? We seen all that, beating up the police. That's back in January 6th. We seen all that, right? So maybe folks want that to happen again for whatever reason. For whatever reason. Maybe they liked it. Maybe somebody liked that. You know what I mean? Maybe they like the police being beat up. Maybe they like the fact that they got to run and hide when these people storm the Capitol and break out windows. Maybe that's what they want. We'll see. We will definitely see. So, I do have one more story. I got a couple more stories, by the way. Let me say this, folks. Police brutality hadn't gone anywhere. We still see it on a daily basis. And I think after all the investigations are over, and if we don't like the investigation, what comes out of it, I think we need to take some steps to correct it. You know? And I've seen issues of police, what looks like abuse, and it should be dealt with. But we have to make sure that once the investigation is concluded, that we react to the findings of the investigation. Because investigations are still going on, right? And so we still see, right here in the city of Dayton, we still see some things that look like police brutality. You know, and we're responding to it, hopefully in the proper way. And that is, get all the reports, look at those reports when they're done, and then respond in an appropriate way to correct and make sure that we do everything possible that it don't happen again. Okay? I just wanted to bring that up. Here's another issue I just wanted to bring up. It's HBCUs likely to get smaller boosts in federal funds, but that's not a $30 billion cut. What happened, folks, was President Biden, he wanted to set some money aside for HBCUs. President Biden's proposal was $45 billion for HBCUs, and basically Congress has to say on how the money is chopped up. Now, it was a proposal, all right? No money was given out nowhere. That was just a proposal. Okay, you got it? It was just a proposal. He didn't say, here's 45 billion, and then he said, oh no, I'm gonna take that back. Here's your 2 billion. No, that was a proposal. Congress came back and said, well, it'd be 2 billion. Now, by all means, folks, the money was never given to HBCUs. It was in the proposed piece of legislation. All right? Now, there's no final decision has been made as the bill stands. All right? The HBCUs, again, they're going to gain funding, not experience a cut. And this is according to Kevin Miller, the Associate Director for Higher Education at the Bipartisan Policy Center. Okay? So, it was not a cut in funding. It was a proposal, and the proposal got reduced down. All right? Now, the other part of this thing is, according to Harry Williams, President and CEO of the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, which advocates for HBCUs, he said it's not a cut, it will be an increase of $2 billion instead of the $45 billion. Harry Williams also goes on to say, it's not a cut because you can't cut what you never had. All right? So people are getting this thing all mixed up and all confusing and saying that the fact that President Biden was going to give HBCs $45 billion, he proposed $45 billion. Congress chops that down or whichever and put out another proposal, and we see how it works. But the HBCUs didn't get anything yet, right? And this notion that somehow, I even read where somebody said Donald Trump increased the funding to HBCUs. No, Donald Trump said he was going to increase the funding to HBCUs, and I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if they got any money or not. Yeah, but I guarantee you it wasn't no marketable increase. It wasn't $2 billion, I can tell you that. So we have to be careful about what we read and who puts stuff out on social media to make folks look bad. You know, because I think I heard a reverend say, you don't have to lie on nobody because the truth is rough enough. See? And so as you stroll throughout your day, as you encounter people with different opinions, as you try to debate to get through this thing called this politics that we're dealing with, just remember something, all right? Sometimes those who are advocating less for those who are in need the most, I'm going to say it again, those who have more money, more wealth, are advocating that those who have less get less. Right? Now, why would somebody who has all, they got a good salary, they got a government salary, they got government insurance, right? Got protection from government, all right? The average citizen is paying their salary, and then these people in legislation who got it made come out and say, well, y'all don't need this and y'all don't need that. When they say y'all, they talking about us, the American people, when it comes down like infrastructure. Well, the infrastructure bill is too big. We gave too much. We give billions of dollars to foreign countries around the world, billions upon billions of dollars, every year, right? Every year. I don't hear those people hollering and screaming about that, right? So we can give billions of dollars to foreign countries for whatever reason, but when it comes down to your own citizens, you ain't got enough. What happened to this America First stuff that I heard in that past administration? America First, remember that? But then when it comes to infrastructure, America, not so fast. Huh? Not so fast. Even when talking about feeding people, not so fast. And ask yourself, I'll leave you with this. Ask yourself, the next time you hear these people complaining about inflation, ask these people, what is your recommendation to reduce it? Huh? When these people start talking about crime, what is your recommendation to reduce it? When these people talking about infrastructure, what is your recommendation to get these bridges fixed, to get high band, broadband internet, fix up the roads? What is your solution to that? What is your solution to the, as they say, the crisis on the border? What's your solution? So you can't just talk about all these issues without bringing a viable solution. I mean, I can sit up here all day and talk about all the issues. I can say, this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong. And then somebody asks me, what is your solution? And I look at them like I done seen a ghost, because they often don't have any. They just want to hype people up and divide people. As long as we divide it, we ain't get nowhere. But the person who's keeping us divided is getting it all, because he's making money off of us fighting, infighting, all that kind of thing. Oh, you're a Democrat. Oh, you're a liberal. Oh, you want to do this. Oh, you want to do that. We're trying to come together because we all in this thing together. We all in this together. The rich, the poor, we all in this together. And the only way we're going to find a solution to these issues, are together, working together, folk. I hate to go off on a tangent, but I got to do this because it's so much divisiveness out there. We can have different opinion. We can have different opinion, but your difference of opinion shouldn't be where you name call me, where you want to ask me outside for a brawl or something. You know what I mean? As that one girl said, meet me outside, all this kind of nonsense. You may not like meet me outside, so be careful on that. But the bottom line is, folks, when you hear these people talk about borders, migration, all this kind of thing, where is your solution? Where's your solution to inflation? You say the price is too high? What are you going to do to reduce them? You say prescription prices are too high? What are you going to do to reduce the prescription prices? You say the infrastructure bill is too high? What do you recommend that we do to fix all this stuff? That's all you got to do. When you hear them talk about that, ask these people the question, how do you fix it? And see what kind of answer you get. They may have some answers, but I haven't heard any yet. That's all I heard was rhetoric. You know what I mean? Oh, we got the crisis at the border. Oh, we got the health care going up. Oh, we got all. As a matter of fact, there was a party that was strongly against the Affordable Health Care Act. They said the Affordable Health Care Act, as they call it Obamacare, was going to be the demise of the economy as we know it. Well, Affordable Health Care Act seems reasonable to me. A lot of people take advantage of it. A lot of people found premiums that were cheap and coverage that didn't have coverage. And where was the other party's health care plan? You still haven't seen it, have you? Where was the party's where was their health care plan? They said they're going to have a health care plan. Donald Trump said he's going to have a health care plan. You ain't seen no health care plan. They didn't have a health care plan. And they tried to make you think that the Affordable Care Act, that you wasn't going to benefit from it. They were wrong, folks. You did benefit from it. You know how you benefited from it? When they expanded Medicaid. Huh? That's how you benefited from it. And y'all talking about you don't want the government in your life. The government's all in your life. The government tell you what to do every day of your life. And you don't have a problem with it. But you want to go down and beat up the school board members because they trying to protect your kids from a virus. I tell you what you do, and I'm going to close with this. All you people protesting and saying you don't want your kid to wear a mask and all this thing, you don't have to send your kid to school. Homeschool them. How about that? Homeschool your kid. You ain't got to go down hollering, screaming, threatening the school board member. And next time, if you don't want your kid to wear a mask at school and they got a mask mandate, guess what? Keep your kid at home and you homeschool your kid. How about that? Huh? You ever thought about that? Try that. Try homeschooling your kid. There was a lot of belly aching when that pandemic hit and those schools was closed and them kids was at home and them parents, boy, they was pulling their hair out. Some of them look like me now with no hair at all because they were trying to homeschool them kids and it was tough, right? And they know how tough it was. But now you want to go down and scream and holler at the school board meeting because school's open. Keep your kid at home. Don't go down to school board meeting and act a fool of yourself in front of your kids. You should be ashamed of yourself. But I'm going to close. I've had enough. I done been on a tangent. I've had enough. So until next time, may God bless you and your family.